So after a few difficulties with the whole Make a Do Cubby project, the $30 Home Depot project, I've decided to come back out here and try and work on my window motor issue. Because, you know, when you have things going wrong, sometimes it's best to have some sort of victory. Yeah, I know it's a little cheesy to say something like that, but it's also the honest truth. The front bumper needs to come off anyway, so we'll see what I can do with that. Rear bumper is basically holding on by a few screws at this point. The zip ties are working, but yeah, it needs to come off before it comes off automatically. But yeah, so let's start with the passenger side window motor and get that passenger window working again. So instead of boring you to death on how to take this door panel back apart, I'm just gonna go back and show my old video here. And again, there is a proper tool for this. I just don't have it. Just like that. And there we go. Pops up. There, it just pulls off. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Just like that. And that's all of them. Lifts up. Lift up. There it goes. Okay. Now you slide your wires through here. And here we are. Door panel is now off, and it's just this plastic piece. Now, if you don't remember, again, here's another clip to why I have to replace the window motor. Now I'll grab the multimeter. Let's just see if it's being sent any power. If it is, we can already eliminate the fact that it's the motor. So let's try this first. And luckily, it actually tells you which is positive and negative on here. So that's nice. Put you in there. Put you in there. Now you're getting power. And I am getting power. So that tells me that the issue is actually with the motor, because it's working all the way to the switch. So as you can see, this is where the window motor is. It's held in by 3 bolts. This one, this one, and this one. Now, this is the new window motor. And as you can see, it fits multiple models, but it's made for the Pathfinder as well. I think the easiest way is actually going to be pulling it through here, so I got to take more of this plastic off. You might be able to get away with that staying on. Alright, so we're going to try and take this out now. And Nissan's infinite wisdom said, hey, we need to put little tabs here. There we go. And that tab's gone. The window track's not too hard to take out from what I can see. It's 2 bolts here and 2 bolts here, and this moves this bar here, which is the track for the window itself. Right now, I'm hoping that the glass isn't riveted in. I know Ford did that with their window tracks, but hopefully I'll get lucky. It's not rivets. It's bolts, and yes, it's held in by bolts. If I can get this to lower down, I gotta force it down. Poor window motor's completely stuck. It doesn't move at all, even though it did. I was kind of hoping I was trying to feel if I can get past this, maybe I can get to the other 10, but I can't. All right, I know what to do. After a lot of screwing around and possibly just kind of bending something, I got the glass to come loose. Now I'm gonna take it out. Put it somewhere safe. And that's the entire window track. The train here again bolts to the glass. I heard something crack, but looks like it was nothing. There's nothing broke on the glass. There's nothing broke on this part. But this is what the window glass rides on, and of course here is the motor. I had to take a pair of vice grips, put it around the head of the screw, and just loosen it. It's just too tight for me to grab it with my screwdriver, but now that it's loose, it's easy as that now. There's nothing wrong with the track. Now that the motor's off, I can move it. It's not super smooth, but it hasn't been moved in probably a couple of years now. But I can fix that with a little bit of grease and just a little bit of movement. That does confirm that this old boy, oh yeah, oh man. It's not moving. Oh, there it goes. But it won't go the other way. So I've got everything semi-mocked up right now. I'm getting ready to test the motor just to see if it works. Oh yeah. Okay. Put it right there. Now put the glass in. But that is the important thing to do before you put everything together, is make sure it works. If you don't, you won't believe how many times it's going to bite you. Well, now everything has to go back together. And again, like anything else when it comes to the bolts, especially if there are multiple ones, don't tighten one and then expect the rest to line up. It never works that way. Just like that, and so on. And then just put a very tiny amount of torque on it. You don't need a lot, because it's just sheet metal. You go too tight, it's not going to end well. So just like that. That's all it really needs. I haven't tightened the window track yet. I'm going to show you why here in just a minute. Now, the reason I haven't tightened this up yet is because I want to line up the window glass first. I may have to raise it up just a hair, because now I can actually reach the bolt. Don't want it too tight. In this case, it's metal and plastic. Again, not too tight. Because again, it's plastic. It's just plastic holding on even to that metal. I'll call it rib nut for lack of a better term. If you do over tighten it, you can break that. That's not good. Now, like I said, I haven't tightened the actual track up yet. The reason being is it may need some slight adjustment as it goes up. It's not an automatic window. You have to hold it to go up and down. But it may need adjustment within the track itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and raise it all the way up and see how it works. Still doesn't sound great, but I think that's mostly because there is no grease and it is moving a little bit. But I have it all the way up, as you can see. So now, I'll go ahead and tighten it. And I'm going to do it in an X pattern. And it's always going to be a little bit harder for a motor to go up because the glass weighs a lot. So it's having to fight the weight of the glass and its gravity, and it's always going to go down a lot easier. But it desperately needs grease. But I think lineup wise, I think it's alright. The only real way to test it for sure is to put some water on it and see if it leaks a little bit. And that's it for the window motor. Now it's just putting everything back together and putting the plastic back on, putting this shield in place and stuff like that. So once I'm done with all that, I will come back and we'll go to the bumpers. Old mechanic trick. If you're having trouble getting a zip tie through somewhere because you have to go through 2 holes, bend this. it's not working. Why is that? I forgot to connect the damn thing. Anyway, works. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and take the bumper off. It's pretty well broken, to be quite honest. Do more damage than it already has because it's already broke anyway. To be honest with parts, I'm not even sure how it's being held on. It needs a new grill because it's already broke, so. I hate breaking stuff without having the need to, but this one I had no choice. I think it's because this was holding it. This one took considerably more effort. It was pinched really bad on the passenger side between that little frame rail piece and the bumper. Yeah, that was hard. The rear bumper was easy. So that's it for this episode of Project 3323. Not much else I'm going to do to it today that's worth documenting that would be related to the project. It was mostly just getting these bumpers off and getting that window motor installed. But what I do next kind of depends on you guys. Carbage is subscriber funded and not by PayPal or not by YouTube, not by Patreon. That allows me to have only one middleman, PayPal. So if you go to carbageonline.com, go to the members access and subscribe, you have 3 options: monthly, annual, and biannual. Well, then there's 2 options on top of that, but you'll see it. One's you can pay $1 per month for an annual subscription, $1 per month for biannual. Whereas you can pay straight up for an annual or biannual. Give you some options. But yeah, I don't have Patreon anymore. I got tired of there being 2 middlemen in my payments, so I'm getting more money the way I'm doing it. But you have to go to carbageonline.com, members area, and subscribe for a month, a year, or 2 years. And if you subscribe for a month, year, or 2 year, you get early access to content. But if you're an annual or biannual, you are considered a premium user. You get galleries, you get videos, you get a lot of exclusive stuff that monthly and free users won't be able to get. So not only do you get that 2 weeks free or 2 weeks early access, you get more stuff. You get pictures that you're able to download. You've got video you can watch and nobody else can see, not even here on YouTube. So again, if you want to help out Carbage and get some more funding for Project 3323 or for me to go out and do more stuff, subscribe at carbageonline.com. Until then, I've been Justin Banner, and I thank you guys for checking this out.